Deputy Inspector General of Police Eliud Lagat has denied allegations that he had stepped aside from his duties at the National Police Service. Lagat claims he was on an 18-day leave and had not appointed a successor contrary to the Constitution or any written law. I quote, "In light of the ongoing investigations surrounding the unfortunate death of Albert Omondi Ojwang, which had attracted significant public concern and speculation, I formally applied for temporary administration leave from office on June 16, 2025, read court document. This to contradict an earlier statement issued on June 16, 2025, in which Lagat had said he had opted to step aside from office pending completion of investigations into Ojwang's death in custody. At the time, Lagat had termed Ojwang's death as unfortunate and said he would remain out of office until the probe was concluded.
Kenyans are not satisfied with the G2G because it was to bring about relief of prices.
Energy Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi has attributed Kenya's higher fuel prices compared to Tanzania and Uganda to the country's heavy taxation and fuel. Appearing before the National Assembly Committee on Energy, Wandayi explained that while Kenya benefits from lower fuel landing costs, multiple taxes approved by Parliament have significantly pushed up pump prices.
That the taxes in those other countries on fuel are lower than ours. And that is in their wisdom, and the wisdom of their respective parliaments.
Your reasoning might not convince Kenyans. How will you convince my people to buy fuel in Kenya if it's cheaper across the board? My people will go to Tanzania. The same to Mulanya. These people will cross to Uganda.
That these taxes and levies that are imposed on petroleum products have to be approved by Parliament.
Interior Cabinet Secretary 𝐍𝐞𝐰𝐬 Munyakho has defended the government's decision to apply the Terrorism Act in prosecuting individuals accused of organizing violent gangs and vandalize property and attack civilians. Speaking during the relaunch of the upgraded Fichua Kwa DCI call center at the DCI's headquarters, Munyakho maintained that such individuals pose the same threat as terrorists operating in border areas and stressed that national security should not be compromised for the sake of political correctness.
Our responsibility here through police reforms is to create a community that Kenyans can trust the National Police Service and trust the DCI, so that when they know that when I tell DCI that I have a problem, I will be my message is going to be treated anonymously, but also I will be protected. I am safer. If I call DCI and DCI comes to my home, I am going to be that safe citizen.
And in Mombasa, police fired tear gas to disperse casual workers protesting outside warehouse in Shimanzi area. The workers who had downed their tools were demanding better pay and accused warehouse owners of backtracking on a previously agreed wage increase. They claimed that middlemen entrusted with distributing their wages were underpaying them. The protesters are pushing for revised rates of 35 shillings for every 50 kg sack, 25 shillings for 25 kg sack, and 20 shillings for sacks under 25 kg, significantly higher than the current rates of 15 shillings, 7 shillings and 50 cents, and 3 shillings respectively. They appealed to President William Ruto and Labour Cabinet Secretary Alfred Mutua to intervene and ensure enforcement of fair wages.
Hawa hii kazi imeingiliwa na mabroka. Wakati wanaleta wenye mchele, kuna wengine wamewangojea wanawasema waje sisi tudidi na hawa. Wenye kazi wanasema unalipa shilingi 50 kwa gunia. Broker analipa shilingi 6. Hii ndio mambo ambayo imeleta uhasama, imeleta vurugu na kazi zimesimama. Hata walimu wako na CBA, doctor wako na CBA. Wakaleta yao by 50 inalipa shilingi 15. By 25, by 50 ni 15. Hiyo bei yao. By 25 inalipa shilingi 7 na penita na sumini.
Na leo tuko hapa kusimama na wafanyikazi. Tunajua kuwa wafanyikazi masogi ndio wanabeba magunia yote ambayo yanaingilia na hapa port. Na wao ndio wanafanya kazi kubwa, lakini bado wanaendelea kunyanyaswa.
Abdukareem Munyakho, a Kenyan man who had been on death row in Saudi Arabia, is now a free man after meeting all judicial requirements. Convicted of manslaughter in 2013, Munyakho was released at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, according to confirmation from Kenya's embassy in Riyadh and Foreign Affairs Principal Secretary 𝐍𝐞𝐰𝐬. He performed Umrah shortly after his release, and details about his return to Kenya are expected soon. His release followed the payment of 129.5 million Kenyan shillings in blood money to the victim's family, a sum settled by the Muslim World League with support from 𝐍𝐞𝐰𝐬 and other partners, ending more than a decade of imprisonment. A family from Kiandutu slums in Thika is calling for justice after their relative 35-year-old Patrick Nyanjui suffered severe burns while being held at Thika Level 5 hospital over unpaid medical bills. Nyanjui, who had recently undergone surgery for stomach complications, was reportedly injured after an attempted escape from the hospital. Sources allege that a hospital staff member poured acid spirit on him after he was caught causing burns from his neck to his waist. The family says they were neither informed about the incident nor given any explanation when they later found him relocated to a different ward. They are now appealing to Kiambu Governor 𝐍𝐞𝐰𝐬 Wandayi to intervene and ensure those responsible are held accountable. In Busia County, a 45-year-old man from Busia, Samuel Owino, has been found dead under unclear circumstances in Shakahola Forest, Kilifi County. Owino had reportedly left his home in Modulosia with his 2 sons heading to his maternal home in South Nyanza, but was discovered dead a week later. The cause of his death remains unknown as investigations continue. His case has heightened ongoing concerns about safety in the Shakahola area, which has previously drawn national attention over a series of troubling incidents.
Wenye walitoka Malindi waliwaambia tu wenye walikufa pale Shakahola walienda mbinguni. Sasa ikawa hiyo imani ni kama ilimuingia na huko anatuficha. Juu yeye pia amepatikana Shakahola, amepatikana msitu huko Malindi. Sasa uzuri yeye amepatikana, lakini sasa watoto hawajapatikana.
Familia pia wakatuconnect pia na DCI wengine. Kuna mmoja alituconnect na DCI wa Voi. Hiyo DCI wa Voi ndiye amekuwa akifuatilia. Baadaye after some 3 weeks tukapata habari ati mwili imepatikana kwa msitu na maandiko Samuel Owino.